So, in other news, OnlyFans did a Uno reverse card.
Yeah.
And they were like, you know what they did that? You know why they did that, Ricky? Because they're like, Dante didn't have a chance yet.
Yeah.
Dante didn't have a chance to start his OnlyFans. So they're like, no, let's do it again. Let's put the stuff back on.
Yeah, I heard they got a lot of backlash for it because
well, yeah, because it's just like, you know where you were getting your money, you know why you got so popular, and now you're like, oh, I'm gonna do a 180.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it
is what it is.
People were like, they used, I guess, what you would call sex workers to get their fame, and then just completely like got rid of their source of
abandoned
income.
them.
Yeah, so
yeah,
I mean, it makes sense.
Again, yeah. Like but I can't remember if we talked about it on the last one we shot, which will be in the future. So we might be like retconning before, or like it'd be a weird timeline thing. But it's just like there's money in that stuff. People don't like to admit it, but there's a lot of money in that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
yeah,
it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm so happy I'm in HD. I didn't brighten up the camera. I still want to brighten up the.
Well,
that's fine. Behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah. As you guys can all see, Dante's got a new. Well, it's not a new camera. He's just now.
It's not a new camera.
Yeah, we just used his phone to record, and you'll see the logo because, he's currently using the free version of EPOC Cam by Elgato. But yeah,
sponsor us.
If this works well, I mean, you can get the pro version, get rid of it, and I think you're only in 720p too. So, which is still, I think, from what I've learned, the MacBook Air cameras have been just complete garbage lately.
Shots at my camera.
No, yours actually doesn't look that bad, but yours is a much older generation. Whereas I got one from 2019, and it they cheaped out on that camera. It's like really bad, and it's like the consensus with everyone that owns one. It's bad. Yeah, I think this is a nice upgrade. You also got a new ring light to be able to set up.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes, so I'm all lit up differently now. Upgrades, upgrades, baby. Ignore. Just my eyes are probably gonna keep looking down because I'm trying to look at myself in the laptop, and I keep doing that because I usually look at the laptop, but now the phone's over here. But it is what it is.
I think the way my camera's set up, I don't actually look at the camera, so this is me looking directly at the camera. But the way I have it set up for like zoom and everything. Wait, are you on selfie cam or on the back cam?
Selfie.
Oh, okay. I mean,
should I be on back?
I guess it doesn't matter. They all have the same.
That's what I asked. I asked, should I be on selfie or back?
Oh, that's what you meant.
I almost hit my TV.
I think it'd be fine.
Time out.
No. I think it's fine because the camera phone cameras. What the hell am I saying? The phone. I know
what you're trying to say.
Yeah, on both selfie and the back cam should be about the same. Generally the back cam is better, but
yeah, I think they're both. I think the front might be 10 and the back is 12 megapixels, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's something like that.
Oh, it's not that big of a difference. I think it should be fine. We'll test it all again later.
Oh, God damn it, T. God damn it. She was lying down in front of me. Also, I wanted to talk about how I sang my heart out at karaoke. I fucking just went nuts, bro. But I was missing karaoke like crazy, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up like this week. Yeah. So I had the week off. It's been pretty eventful. It was kind of exhausting, to be absolutely honest. I wasn't expecting to stay out that late on the Monday.
I remember you saying that at the end. You're like, you guys usually stay out this late? We're like, yeah.
I'm like, damn, man, I can barely. Yeah, because you had stayed up the night before, and you guys were saying like you got home.
Yeah, we were hanging out till like 3 a.m.
Yeah, and then you woke up. I guess 11 is reasonable, but I'm pretty sure you woke up way earlier than that.
You had to get my hair cut. Yeah.
Yeah, so like you got like no sleep and then you did it all again. And I'm like, dude, I don't can't remember the last time I stayed up this late and it was only like 1 a.m. Oh, I damn, you guys are crazy.
No, but the thing is, it hit me hard the next day. Like Tuesday, I was just like, I didn't want to do anything. Like even when I
Yeah.
went to the gym, I was exhausted, and then like the rest of the day, I was just like, I'm just like, it felt like, because like I've said, I'm more of an intro, I'm an extroverted introvert. So it felt like all my extroverted energy went out, and I needed to recharge badly. So it was just like my whole body was like, I was done. I was done the next day.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
but man, you did it for 2 days in a row and I did it for one and I felt the same way. Like then
It
so
wasn't a
then
full 2 days though.
still you had to go out the night of, I guess, on Sunday, and then you
Yeah.
guys hung out till like late. So it was like 6 hours, we'll say. Um, you guys hung out. And then we did another like
Yeah.
okay, obviously the Monday was much heavier, but I mean I did one day and I was like, I kind of want to not do this anymore. Like I was, and I think that's the problem with me with vacation. So I want to go hang out, and I genuinely was really happy that we got to hang out and get like have that
Mhm.
get together. But when I think about it, I'm always like, on my vacation, I want to take it easy. So when we have all these events, it's like I really want to take it easy, but like it feels like there's so much going on, and it's like it's not work, which is good, but it's like at a certain point
Yeah.
I'm just so tired. And yeah, for me it's like I'm thinking I want to go hang out, but I also want to just sit at home and do nothing.
Yeah.
So I did get to do that for the
No,
last like Thursday and Friday, so it was nice.
that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Because like when I'm thinking about it too, because I was just about to say Sunday wasn't a whole day thing, but even when we shoot these, right? It's not that it's because we're sitting and talking,
Yeah.
but you have to be. It's obviously not the same way we would sit and talk when the camera's not on, though, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not
Yeah.
that like because it's like you're kind of on, so it's just like that's energy too. And then we shot a live one the next day, so it's just like we've never done that back to back like two
Yeah.
days in a row, so that was a
So
lot too. And yeah,
yeah, I think in the next episode we're gonna explain what's happening. But what ended up happening was we filmed a live podcast for the first time,
yes,
and we've decided to kind of keep that for the very last episode. Um, so things might be a little bit out of order if we ever talk about current events. Things might
yes,
happen, and the way we talk might be a little bit messed up because we're trying to reference this video, which obviously we haven't recorded yet at the time of that recording.
no.
So yeah. But
Right now
yeah.
we're in the future. This is Dante and Ricky Endgame. We're moving through the timeline. But
But
yeah, yeah, we might, yeah, because I think we referenced what we were gonna do the night we're currently talking about.
yeah.
So yeah, but I didn't think we knew we were gonna go karaoke at the time too, because I remember I just that was in my head, and I've been wanting to go karaoke for the longest time. So then when I suggested it, and everybody was like, "Okay," and I was like, "Fuck yes. Like, let's go." So that's why I sang my heart out, bro. I was like, "Fine, give me the mic again." I needed to take a few breaks though, because if I keep singing like that, I'm gonna lose my voice completely. But yeah,
Yeah.
because my voice carries, bro.
Yeah. I think for me it was more like I sang the songs just not with the microphone. So I wasn't
Yeah,
like
yeah,
spotlight. Sometimes I just like to do that.
yeah.
But man, that day also was very hot. And
Yes, it
it felt
was.
like they didn't have any circulation in that room because holy crap, it came out of a sauna.
No, they did not.
Yeah, it was a hot day. I didn't so that day I didn't eat until like 6 p.m. when we went downtown to eat because I
Yeah,
completely so I went to your place and I was like I should get some food before. Then I forgot, and then
and you
when I
went to
got to your
Walmart.
place, yeah, I was gonna get food at Walmart because I was like maybe I'll get like a breakfast sandwich or something, right? But I
Yeah.
forgot, and then I went to your place, and then we just kind of hung out there, and then it was everything kind of just built up, and we were going downtown. And all of a sudden, we're on the GO train, and then we went to Richards, and then we had to walk to food. So I like didn't have an opportunity. So that might have also been a reason why I was like just so tired, but I was so happy to
Yeah.
eat.
Oh yeah, because the place we ate was lit too. Like, and the
Yeah.
thing I got was lit, and I was trying to look for something like that on Skip the Dishes, but I couldn't find it, and I was mad. So
Yeah. So I was
it's really
surprised
good.
because was it the first time you've had like a Japanese dish like that?
I don't think it's the first time I've been to a place like maybe,
Because
but it
did
was
you?
based. It was noodles
No,
and
I know,
stuff.
but did you like know what it was before you ordered it, or you just said, "This sounds kind of good"?
I said this picture looks nice.
Oh, okay, okay.
I was actually doing any meeny miny mo between two things, and I was like, I'd like, because for me, I don't like if my meat is wet. Wait, no, I do like.
Mm. Uh,
No, stop, time out. Sorry, as the food I'm eating, if certain like a quick aside, there was this one time. I'm not gonna say the race, but you could guess the race of these people. We went to their place and they made chicken, and chicken should not be swimming in water, and it was, and I did not like that.
okay,
And I
but
had to
what if it's
suffer.
like a stew? Because I know like
I don't like to do stuff like that. I'm not a big soup person
uh
anymore. Like I used to do soup like as a kid. So like so stuff like that I'm not a fan of. And a lot of the dishes were kind of like that, where it was kind of like a stewy type, um
uh
soupy type dish.
you
So
don't
for a
like
lot of the stuff it was
soups?
just like
That's weird.
I haven't had soup in
Oh no, it's
I
not
can't I
weird. It's
don't
just
remember.
interesting that I didn't know you didn't like soup. Because I know in Vietnamese culture there's like a chicken noodle soup. Yeah. Um
I had it
yeah.
when I was a kid. I haven't had it since I was a kid.
Really? Oh,
Yep. Yeah.
okay.
So
Good to know. Good to
I
know.
I just so a lot of the dishes I was like, oh no, I'm starving, but I'm like, oh no, I'm probably not gonna like anything. And I didn't want to like get something that I didn't like, even though the prices were great there, like the most
Yeah.
lit prices I've ever seen
A
ever. But
downtown place especially, yeah.
exactly. Cheaper than what I pay for Uber Eats, man. But or skip the dishes.
Bro,
But
the prices there match the Uber Eats fees alone. Not even just yeah,
exactly.
not even including the
We
food
paid the
prices.
fees for Uber.
Y- y-
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But no, the thing I had was lit, and I would love to go there again and have it. It was amazing because
Okay,
I
okay.
I Samir had to keep saying the name for me. I don't even remember what it was. It was
Oh,
like
it
a
was Manpuku. But there's a lot of Japanese places. My friend he does his own food review. Phil's food
mhm.
review, you know.
Yes.
But I know he also like him and some of my other friends, they all try a lot of other foods downtown. So that's
Yeah.
whenever I go downtown, I usually get them to give me some recommendations. But
Oh, that's
yeah,
smart.
you
Yeah.
know, so I guess just a quick look into the future of this channel. In the next episode, which we've pre-recorded, you'll learn that we are actually gonna end the podcast season 1 on the 20th episode, which is gonna be the one
Mhm.
that we filmed live. And we're gonna do focus on making shorter YouTube videos. So you still get weekly episodes and videos of us, but we're gonna start creating definitely something shorter. Uh,
Yeah.
so one of the ideas we had was um, a I guess a food review. Would you call it? Where we just eat food. So
I maybe like food review, food travel show. I guess
yeah,
maybe
food
not travel,
adventure,
travel,
we'll
but
say.
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Adventure.
a
Yeah,
food
something like
adventure.
that. Yeah.
So the thing is, if you know Dante, you know that he's doesn't venture too far out when it comes to food. Um,
As you just saw the previous conversation.
yeah. So because we live in such a diverse and cultural city, Toronto, that
Mhm.
being, you know, there's just so many different types of food that to me it's kind of surprising that you haven't tried some of the other foods. So the goal here is
Yeah.
to take Dante out to different food establishments and you know, just to show him what he's missing out, what he's been missing out on, and maybe, you know, unlock a new food palette or, you know, a new you know, favorite food. Because yeah, if you know Dante, he's a burger guy. He likes his burgers without tomatoes, or what was the one thing you excluded?
Without tomatoes. It's the BLK, bacon, lettuce, ketchup.
So it's no cheese, obviously. Gotta make sure there's no cheese. Cheese. But yeah, so you'll know that he's not very adventurous, we'll say, with it. So yeah, so we're gonna be. That's just one of the shows that we plan on doing. So keep an eye out on that. So yeah.
We're not telling them the name yet, right? Because I like the name a lot.
Yeah, the name is very interesting.
The name is very interesting. It's very good. Ricky came up with the name. It's really good. I like it a lot.
So before we get into the topic today, I actually had I know this is gonna be a little bit weird, but and I thought we could save it maybe for season 2, but I really wanted to talk about it because it's something that's very recent to us. So how did you like filming in person, the first podcast? I know this is gonna sound really weird to everyone because it's in the past.
It hasn't happened yet, but it has happened.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot because we could bounce off each other. Not that we can't bounce off each other here, but it's better because obviously technology is a thing, and with Zoom sometimes there's a delay. So sometimes when one of us is speaking and they think the other person's done speaking, they just start talking. It's just like, or there's a delay and we hear things late. So we're responding to something like a few seconds later, but in person, there's no delay unless somebody's just being mean. So there's no delay. And then the energy is just like, you can't beat the energy of being in person with somebody.
Yeah. And I think it's video wise, you get a little bit more emotion, because I know there are a few times when I said something, or like when you said something and I would just look at you instead of the camera, and you would know that I'm looking at you and you could feel my gaze and kind of respond to that. Whereas you don't know if I'm staring at you or if I'm looking at something else, because it's hard on the camera, right? But yeah, it was really fun. It was it was what we expected. Like, we expected filming in person to be that much better, but I didn't expect it to be like so much so different, to be honest.
Yeah. And then we actually got to shoot. Well, we got to shoot 3 things, really and truly. We got to shoot 3 things. Well, one thing's out. So I can say the one thing that is out. It's the friggin' thing we posted on Saturday last week, because this is coming out a week from now. Yes.
Yeah.
Right? Yes. Yeah, I'm right. So the friggin' the recreating the Sunny dance thing to Genius of Love by the Tom Tom Club. So we got to post that, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, so if you want to see Dante in all his glory, not his glory, but you want to see some peaches.
Hey, whoa, hey, hold on. You were fine. You said the nice thing. Keep the nice thing. Just say, keep the nice thing. Just say it.
If you want to see Dante's peaches down in Georgia, yeah, that's it.
Did you just Justin Bieber me? You're calling me a badass bitch? Is that what you're doing right now? Is that what
you're about to call me? Dante is a badass bitch? It's a good
Wait,
video.
was that? Oh my god, if that was your comment, I'm gonna fight you, bro. Because I haven't seen it yet. I can't look at my phone right now, so I haven't seen it.
If you guys find the TikTok, can you guys go in the comments and just comment 3 peaches to let us know that you heard this part. Let's get
it's
this
doing way better on Insta than it is on TikTok. I thought it was gonna do way better on TikTok. Yeah, it's doing way better on Insta.
Oh, okay.
It's going really good on Insta. You want to view on it? And then TikTok. I was just like, damn, we're dancing. Like, I'm dancing. I'm shaking my ass.
It's you have to know the show. You have to actually know the scene, right? Because I wouldn't have known it if you didn't show me.
That's true.
It's very specific, but
it is a specific thing too. Yeah, you're right. It is a specific.
Yeah, because you'll get 2 different reactions, and I think
that is true.
We saw that when we showed it to our friends on Monday. People
we literally did.
Would be like, "Oh,
they
that's
reacted
so funny,"
well.
and then people didn't know. Be like, "I don't know what's happening."
What is he doing?
Yeah.
Because we also showed it to them without sound, right?
But even then, so the people who watched it without the sound, they knew exactly what it was.
They knew what was happening. Yeah, that's true. That is true. That is true. That is very true. That you are right. You are right.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was fun. And then we got to shoot something with somebody that we've been teasing that would come on a video with us for a very long time.
Yeah. And so
yeah.
Just a disclaimer, I kind of messed up on the audio for both the podcast and that video. So it's gonna sound a little weird, but I didn't want to not.
But it's fine.
Yeah, that's the thing. I didn't want to reshoot it. Obviously, timing is a little bit hard to get.
Yeah.
But also I wanted to keep it almost like as a reminder of the mistakes that we've made during this podcast and all that stuff. So, in the future when we make future videos, I'm more prepared and careful. So yeah. So just a fair warning, But
but you still love us, right? No, still love us, guys. Be lit. Still be fine. Still
yeah.
love us. But this is a good place to start. This is another episode of On the Ledge with Dante and Ricky. I am Dante.
And I'm Ricky.
And today we're talking about nostalgia and old shows that you may have forgotten. Right? That's it, right? That's it, right?
Yeah. Well, what would you have said wrong?
I don't know. That's my self-doubt. I do that sometimes, just so that did I do that right? I said it right. Of course I did. Of course I did. But old shows and stuff. And yeah, just looking back onto stuff. What I kind of wanted to start with, like right off the bat, because it's just in my head and I'm gonna forget it. Oh no, I Googled it and now the Google thing's gone because I restarted. Oh shoot, what's her name? Let me just open up Google. The older sister from Even Stevens, because I think that's kind of how it started, because we were talking about that, right?
Yeah.
Shoot. She also played Kim Possible.
Just look for Kim Possible voice actor.
Sister.
Didn't they come out with a Kim Possible live action? Christy, Carlson,
Ramano. Yeah, because she has a YouTube channel that I've actually been like peeking into, because it pops up like in my recommended a lot because I've watched a few of her videos. So she'll do like videos with just like childhood stars or like people that were Power Rangers and everything, and they'll do like one reaction video to like their old shows and stuff, and then they'll do another like cooking thing. And I've watched it because she's had like Ned. I don't think that's the actor's real name, but Ned's from Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide. And she had the actor that played the Black Power Ranger from Mighty Morphin, so like the very first season on, and like a bunch of different people on. And then, but she's been doing these videos lately where she's just talking about like her experience with like Disney. And she also just did one. I'm like a huge fan of her now. She did one of like she's like, why I don't talk to Shia LaBeouf anymore, or something like that. And it was just like she brought up this interesting point, which you forget, like with actors and stuff, that it is a job. So just because they're on a show and they're playing like family members, they're not actually close. Because she kind of brought that up. Not that she had any ill wishes to him. It was just that they weren't close, even though they saw each other every day. They were colleagues, and it was just like,
I think it's not that they were family members. Even if it's work, it's like if you do enough, you spend enough time with them, you kind of gain a bond. But because I know like some actors on some movies, they get really close, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess it's usually what we expect when you're spending hours and hours in a day with someone. Even if you're just acting, it makes life easier if you can befriend someone you're working with. Otherwise, it's like a chore at that point, right? So maybe that's why people keep on asking like, oh, do you keep up with them? But then again, it's been years, right? He's also gone on to do like really big things, but yeah, it's been years, so it's also kind of a big expectation too.
Yeah. But I wanted to bring up her because I wanted to bring up this funny story that I had about like an old childhood show. It was actually a movie from that childhood show, because she's the star of Kim Possible. And I think it was the first Kim Possible movie or the second, but it was whenever Kim and Ron finally got together. And I remember this vividly because I was in grade 5 and I missed the first airing. So I watched, how like you have those channels where it's airing in BC, so it airs later for you in like Ontario.
Yeah. So
I watched the second airing, and I just remember when they finally got together, bro, I just started bawling, bro. I was like, what? I don't know what hit me. I was like, finally, don't know, man. I just remember crying like a bitch because Kim and Ron got together. Oh, I don't want to think about it too much because I'm gonna start crying now, man. It's so good. It's so emotional. It's a good movie. I remember the song.
ending,
I think she sang
right? Because they went to like a dance or something, and then
yeah,
I don't.
And then they finally get together, and then there were seasons. I think there was a few seasons, but I kind of fell off the show after. But like there was a few seasons where they were actually together and then still doing what they do. Which that show was wild because it was two little kids fighting crime, or they were high school, right? Two high schoolers fighting crimes and almost getting killed every night.
Yeah,
the parents were just cool with it.
One of the villains had like a superpower who could like chop things up. Shigo.
Oh, Shigo.
Yeah. A baddie could just chop things up.
Shigo. Like, I don't always get the cartoon thing for people, but Shigo though, whoa, that was just like, but she literally could kill, and like Kim was always fine, but she had acid on her hands and would just be like nearly chopping her head off every single time. And then people were just okay with that. It was just like, what the hell? She literally could kill him every time. Like Draken was trying to kill her all the time. It was nuts, insane. But yeah, that's why I talked about Christy, Carlson, Ramano, and Kim Possible, because I cried during that movie. I'm not afraid to admit it because I'm a grown person, and it's okay to show emotion.
Yeah. No, I don't remember watching that movie, to be honest. I didn't watch Kim Possible as religiously as some of the other shows. Like it would be, but then again, so in Canada we had the Family Channel, which was the best thing in the world. I don't know anymore, but
I don't even know if it's a thing anymore. I can't tell you.
But like I don't think I remember watching like a show for the story. Like it would just be there on, and they always had such like upbeat shows that like as a child, when you're scared of the dark, or like you're scared of like sounds and shit like that happening in the house and you're home alone, that's like the channel you want to have on, because man, some of the stuff is just really upbeat. And like,
it is.
Keep me in a good mood.
It really is. But I think the other thing too that I'm kind of realizing now, because a lot of those shows that we saw on the Family Channel were probably already done, or like when we started to see them, or like were way seasons ahead, because they were just on, and they would like marathon them like for days and stuff too. So you could literally see every episode already when you just first started watching it and everything. So it's just like, that was the lit part of it too, because it's just like, hey, I know the show's gonna be on every day, and I could come back at the same time and just watch it and over and over and over again. It was crazy. But there's so many good shows like Proud Family, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Smart Guy, That's So Raven, or even Stevens. Even Stevens, I think I didn't even watch as much, but I still remember having like joyful memories from it. The Weekenders, which they need to get on Disney Plus. They keep saying they're gonna put on The Weekenders, bro. Weekenders is so good. It's so good. It's not? Am I wrong?
I honestly can't remember it. Like it's been so long since I watched an episode. And I wouldn't be able to tell you that it's good. It's just I watched it. As
it might be nostalgia though, because I haven't watched it in years either. But I just remember loving that show when it was on. Like I watched that like crazy. Good. I watched Recess. Recess. Friggin' Randall the Snitch. I'll never forget the episode though too. I think it came up recently too. I think Tay just brought it up where it was really hot. Oh, I think it came up when we were out because it was really hot.
Yeah.
And Gus was thinking of the place that was cold. So he stayed cool. Yeah. I've always tried to do that, and it never works for me. I'm always so hot. Ever since. Oh my gosh. Oh, but that's what nostalgia does. It just brings back memories. Because now I'm remembering the episode where it was their parent-teacher day, and Spinelli was embarrassed of her parents. So she hired these fake parents that were like criminals.
Yeah.
I just remember there's that clip of them shaking her for money. And I was like, well, this is wild, bro. That was nuts. But her parents ended up being cool. They were corny, but they were cool.
They were corny. They're cool to us now when we're 20 something.
Yes.
But as kids,
Yeah.
Oh,
were you gonna say something?
No. I was gonna ask you. So, and obviously, like in the American culture or whatever, right? Tradition. They always have like these Saturday morning cartoons. Did you ever like wake up on Saturday and like be like, oh, it's cartoon time? Like I don't remember having that. The only thing I remember doing that for was 4Kids TV because that shit only ran from like
that was the
10.
Saturday thing though.
Really? Because that was anime. That was basically mainly anime. So I was like, most of it was like,
it was though.
Yeah, at a certain point I was like, I'd only wake up because that's like besides YTV, it was like the only place to get anime and like the animes that no one really even like cared about or like these smaller
One Piece was on there though.
Yeah, One Piece was garbage though. I hated One Piece. I hated it, but I read the manga and I like it now because the early episodes on 4Kids TV, and this is actually
I'll leave it Ricky there so when the One Piece people attack, I'm not there too.
No. So I was actually watching some videos and people were actually agreeing with me. The 4Kids One Piece episodes were really bad. They were so bad that I didn't want to watch it. Because it was.
Did they edit them differently?
They censored a lot. They censored so much stuff, and they changed it, and it was like.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't have known either. But I watched something recently on YouTube, and they were saying like, "Why was this so bad?" Because I read the manga, and I was like, "This is such a good like anime manga. Like the story is pretty good. The characters are cool, but why didn't I like it as a child?" And then I found out that they made changes and it was just, I think it was like, they westernized it, which, you know, they had to do. So, but there was like.
But Shaman King was on there too.
Yeah.
I remember liking Shaman
King. I like Shaman King, but I don't think I understood the story. It was like weird.
I couldn't remember. I just remember the dude had a wooden sword for a while. And I was just like, why doesn't he have a real sword? And then he finally got a real sword, I think, later on.
Think so. Yeah, and they released it in they remade it on Netflix. So if you want to rewatch it.
What?
Yeah, they remade it. But it's the same. Apparently, it's like the same storyline and tempo as the original. It's just I guess they updated the art.
They redid the artwork or something.
Yeah. So my friend said it's like the exact same thing. So if you've watched the original, you might not like it because you're not getting anything. Because what they've been doing recently is animes that were released back then had a bunch of fillers. So they would re-release it, but cut out all the fillers and stick straight to the story and like really fast paced.
Oh.
So that people aren't bored of it, right? Because these days these animes are like, they're quick, man. So one of the main characters dies. You love the main character. The next episode he might be dead. God knows. And that's what I expect these days. I'm like, man, I can't get too attached to a character because for all I know, he's dead in the next episode. I'm gonna be pretty pissed. But yeah, things are pretty fast paced now.
I will say though, I like that trend of shorter seasons for shows. Because honestly, when you're up in the 20s, like or 30s or whatever it is, you have no choice but to do a filler because you can't do story to fill all those episodes.
Just to focus purely on the story, right?
Yeah, so that's what the Arrowverse shows. But I honestly like because I don't know if it was British TV, but I feel like that's where I saw it first, where they had the short seasons. Like sometimes they would just do 6, and they're like, we're done, season's done. Or maybe we'll just do 9 episodes of a show, and then we're done, and then that's it. Like they don't drag it on like the Western shows.
Like Sherlock wasn't like the last
like
season,
Sherlock
like
3
episodes or something, but it was like 2-hour-long episodes.
Yeah, something like that.
I was like, holy
that last season wasn't that good either. I remember not liking.
There was a lot of hype,
but
behind it.
There was a lot of hype. But no, yeah, but like that might be too short though. Like 3 episodes might be too short. But like the only problem though, then when you have the shorter seasons, is that you're waiting so long for it to come back. So then it's just like, oh shoot.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Especially, I think didn't Sherlock they released the entire 3-episode season in one go, so you could literally just sit.
I think they might have done it week to week. I can't remember.
I don't know.
I remember having to wait to see the next episode.
Yeah, there were movie length episodes. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to really sit down and bunker down. Sherlock.
That one I actually committed all the way through like throughout the night. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna finish it one night, and it was like 6 a.m. and I was like, I'm done.
What? You finished the whole show in 10 episodes? It's not a commitment, right?
Yeah,
yes, the episodes are longer, but it's just end of the day. It's like I can't remember how many it is now, but yes, we're talking about the Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, that one.
Sherlock.
Yeah.
If you weren't aware. But yeah, and what's the other dude's name?
Martin Freeman or something like that?
Yes, Martin Freeman. That wasn't going to come to me. I was thinking about somebody totally different. I would have been stuck there for a while. That was not going to. I couldn't pull that. He's a great actor too, though. He's a good actor. Have we started talking about Sherlock?
Shorter seasons and stuff like that.
Shorter seasons, yes, shorter seasons. But yes, I do like the shorter season thing. This is aside from nostalgia though, but they are trying to end Brooklyn Nine. Like I know this is the last season of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but they're doubling up the episodes, and I don't even know how many they're getting. So I thought they were just gonna do it for the premiere where they did the first two, and then it would be like one episode per week. But they're already on episode 6. Like the 6 episodes have already been out. It's only been 3 weeks.
I don't mind that, to be honest. I think I think with the digital era, that is how it should go, because people just get through so many shows so fast. It's watch time. It keeps you with that show for longer every week, because it's also only like 20 minutes, right? If you without the commercials on a digital streaming platform, so you don't really get any AdSense. So unless you're one of those companies that have ads that play throughout the stream, but that don't work these days. So
that don't work no more.
Yeah. So
there's another thing that I was thinking about for nostalgia too. Wait, sorry, you sounded like you're about to say something. Sorry, my bad. Cool.
No, I was just gonna bring up some shows. So I think the one that we actually talked about a lot was Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide as like a kid.
Yes.
Because I think it was on air for a certain point of time, and then it was just off. And then when it came back on again, that's when we really started to like talk about it more. And I think that was the first time I've ever watched the end of the show, and it was also one of the shows that luckily got an ending, which made me really happy. But yeah, that was a good show, and I think we've referenced it a few times in the podcast, just making like kind of like our own survival guide for after school.
Yes, the cheating one. We don't condone cheating. It's a joke. You know, some people are just like, what? They condone cheating. They condone cheating. What are they doing? Like, that was a joke. But no, that one, yes, because like that show too, because I'm trying to remember it, but there's a lot of references that they made on that show that were really good too. Like the friggin' vice principal thinking he was from Miami Vice was the funniest thing. Because he wore the white suit with like the pink or blue shirt. That was always jokes. And wasn't it the janitor? Wasn't he Cosmo?
Yeah,
didn't he do the voice for Cosmo?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember they were on an episode. The Cosmo and Wanda were on an episode, right?
I think and then so. They must have. Right?
That show ended with the movie, right?
Fairly Odd Parents, or
Ned? Oh no, sorry. Ned's Declassified.
I don't remember if it's a movie, but it was.
No, it was a movie because it looked different. Yeah, the field trip. Yeah. That was a movie. Because they shot it differently. So they shot it like a movie. That was always interesting to me though too. Whenever they did those movies for those shows, it would look completely different, like the way they shot it. I was just like, why not just shoot it the same and it's a movie? But whatever. But yeah, and because I think we actually talk about what's happening with moles in real life on the episode after this. But I think the show ends with him and Mosley getting together, right?
Yeah. Spoiler alert. So he doesn't.
It's been off the air for how long, bro?
Damn. Damn, dude, you still gotta say it. Doesn't matter.
Well, all these shows probably that we're talking about is nostalgia. They're all older shows.
Yeah, but still, you gotta say it just in case.
You think there's really some kid that's gonna end up watching this is gonna be like, oh, I was watching Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide for the first time ever, and then he just spoiled it.
Yeah,
you don't see the writing was on the wall for those two.
What? Okay. Yeah, like obviously, honestly, I wasn't expecting them to get together at all. Like I wasn't expecting it to end on a romantic note.
I feel like the last season before the movie, I feel like they were pushing it hard too.
Yeah, they were pushing it. Like before that, you wouldn't expect them to. It was either gonna just be like three friends walking off in the sunset, going to high school or whatever, right? So it, like for me, at the beginning, I didn't expect them to be together, but when they did end up together, it made me really happy. It was a good ending. It's one of the endings I actually really enjoyed. I don't know about you.
I enjoyed it too. That's the show that had the basketball dude that was always spitting the
yeah. Seth, wasn't his name?
Things are popping back. What? Sorry?
Wasn't his name Seth or something?
It might have been. I don't remember his name. I remember Susie Crabgrass. I remember that name.
Coconut Head, man. That's
Coconut Head, yeah. I remember One Bite.
One Bite and Toot Toot, the Asian representation.
Toot. I forgot about Toot Toot. Yo, that show was fire. That was one of the really, really, really good ones. Do you remember Radio Free Roscoe?
I remember the name. I don't actually remember watching it because I thought for whatever reason when I was younger, any shows with like high school students, I always thought was like way too old for me because like I was just like, damn, okay, I don't know what they're talking about.
Oddly enough, the themes were the themes were more mature on that show, but not like crazy mature. It wasn't like because I actually never watched Degrassi, but I assume Degrassi was more
yeah, and it was more like
mature content than this show.
And Drake got shot in that.
Yeah, I don't know if they oh yeah, Drake got shot on that show, yes. But I don't remember if on Degrassi, I mean. I don't remember if like Radio Free Roscoe did anything about like drinking, like at a high school party or something. I don't think they ever did stuff like that. But it was basically kids in high school that had this radio show. I remember watching that because I was just like, but like watching it as a kid. But I remember it was always on Family Channel like later in the day. I don't think they ever had it on in the day. But I remember there was two guys that one guy that liked the same girl that worked at the radio show. But then the other friend started liking her too. But then she started liking back the other friend. And it was this whole drama thing. And I actually met the actress that played, I don't know her real name, I apologize, but she played Kim Kylar with my cousin when we were like really young. And
Kim
I was
Carlisle?
too afraid, like something like that.
Like the character's name is Kim Carlisle. Janelle Williams?
Yes, there we go. So yes, we met her. And like I've said, I'm afraid for some reason to talk to celebrities, so my cousin had to pull me. And she was like, "Are you Kim Carlisle from Radio Free Roscoe?" And she's like, "Yes, I am." And she was really nice. I remember that's all I remember. That's all I remember from that. But we met her. But yeah, she's nice. And I think she's on a new show coming out called Family Law or something. I think I saw a trailer for it.
Okay.
But yeah. But I was just that show just popped into my head. I watched it. Yeah, I think for some reason I just in my head I remember, I think it may have been Means, going back because we were trying to remember how many episodes that show had, and it had like 3 seasons. I thought it only had like 1.
Yeah, that was the thing with these shows. There was no like seasonal release. It was kind of like, here it is, and then they break it in. Like I don't remember. I guess it's what you were saying. Like they released it in the US and we're just getting it late because like for us it was like I just got constant episodes or reruns. It is what it is.
I don't think like, for example, with like That's So Raven, Smart Guy for sure. I'm pretty sure. And then like Smart Guy is the best. As I said, I rewatched it recently. It's so good. But like Smart Guy for sure. Even Stevens, I think too. Like when we watched them on Family, like when I think when they got to Family Channel, it was that they were already either like a season or 2 in, or they were already done, and we were just watching reruns. So there were certain shows where yes, we saw like new as they came out, but like for I think most of them they were already like done or had a few seasons out, so we were always watching reruns. We were never
Mm.
watching it new. So that's why I was just like, oh, this show had like that many seasons, because there was like I probably couldn't tell you what a season finale of those shows were.
Yeah.
But like yeah.
Yeah, no, I think I'm in the same boat because I'm like, I didn't know these shows had seasons. I thought they were just great episodes all the way through. Like you got 200 episodes. Here you go.
Yeah. But I think they were also more in the sense of a traditional sitcom where you could watch whatever episode without seeing another one and still get like a full story, and you don't have to watch. Like you could probably figure out, oh, this is the brother, this is the sister, this is the father, this is the whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like a own separate story each time. Like nothing really ever carries on unless they did like a two-parter episode.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more sitcom-y in that sense. But so maybe that's why too, like the season finales didn't really have cliffhangers. It's like, oh, we're just done now and then we're back again. We look kind of different and older in this one.
So I'm going through a list, right? Because I have horrible memory. There's a lot of stuff here. One show that did catch my eye is Boy Meets World.
Ooh,
do you remember that?
Cause some controversy.
You didn't watch that, did you?
No, I did watch it.
You didn't like it?
And people are gonna fire shots at me. I don't care. I'm standing by it. It was better when they were kids. It was never as good when they were adults. It got very too emotional. Maybe I just have to go back and watch it now. Maybe I could appreciate it more now that I'm older. But it was funny when they were kids, and when they got older, it was too. I'm gonna cry. There was one episode. I didn't realize he would bring up Boy Meets World, and I didn't realize this was gonna come out. There was one episode where is the main guy named Sean, or is the older brother Sean? I think the older brother Sean.
Oh, Sean is the friend.
Oh shoot, Sean is the friend.
It's
so whoever the main guy is. Corey's the main guy, right? And then there's his brother Michael.
It's like E. I don't remember his name. Let me look it up. It starts with an E, I think.
I think that show was actually progressive too, because the friend was dating a black girl, right? And you didn't really see that back at that time. But well, the rest of the cast was white, but it was progressive in that sense, where there was like an interracial couple. But there was one episode where the older brother and Corey, like Eric, there we go.
Yeah.
There was a part where they had to clean the garage, their parents' garage. And I think Corey did it by himself. And then Eric got mad at him. He's like, why'd you clean the garage without me? I wanted to be there too. And I'm like, what is happening, bro? Why are you sad about cleaning a garage? He cleaned the garage so you didn't have to. If Darian cleaned the garage without me, I'm like, yes, I didn't have to do this shit. What are you talking about? Leave me alone. What? I was just like, I can't do this, bro. But also though, Topanga though. Topanga though. I won't forget that. No, Topanga, yes. But also it just got too emotional.
Yeah, it when they're older and in college, it kind of got, I guess maybe we were too young to really understand what the fuck was going on.
I probably would like it a lot more now.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then all I remember is Feeney. Mr. Feeney.
Yeah, Feeney. Yeah, because he looked the same when they were kids and when they were adults. He was there forever.
Yeah, I remember when I think it was the finale. It was really emotional because they were saying bye to him. Because he was like the father figure for them. So I was like, damn. That one kind of woke me up.
I can't remember. I don't know if I've seen it, so I can't remember. I don't think I've seen that season finale.
Did you watch Girl Meets World? Is that the new one? That's
the new one. Is that still on? Because I know it got renewed. I've never watched it.
I've never watched it either because I didn't want to tarnish my memory of Boy Meets World. So I was like, ah.
Well, I feel like now every show we've watched is going to come back eventually. Because Raven's Home is a thing too. Apparently that one's good though. I've been hearing. Yeah.
I know you love That's So Raven, so I'm not even gonna ask.
That's So Raven's so good. Wait,
it was good. No, it was good. It was good.
Oh, I was about to fire on you.
I wasn't gonna say. No, I'm saying I'm not gonna ask you your opinion because I know. But maybe you tell everyone. Your thoughts on your review of it so that everyone else knows? Because I know how you feel about it. We always talk about it.
No, I just love it. I just love That's So Raven. That's So Raven was jokes. But no, I thought I was about to fire on you because I thought you said like I know you loved it, but I thought the rest of the sentence was gonna be, but I didn't, and I'd be like, well, this is it, guys. Like, That's So Raven. What the? No, I'm joking. You could not like That's So Raven if you didn't want to. You're wrong, but you could not like it if you didn't want to. Well, no, That's So Raven was good. You know what I found out recently though? There was an article where, do you remember like in the later episodes, the mom wasn't there anymore. So it was just the dad and then Corey and Raven. So like the last few seasons, I can't remember how many seasons.
The mom went went abroad or something. That's what they said. They went abroad to study.
That's what they said in the show, yes.
Yeah.
But apparently it was to take care of her grandmother, I think it was. Like I think her grandmother got sick. And I never knew that. I thought it was just she left the show. Like that's what I always thought. Because like sometimes again with these shows where they have like those episodes like that and they're sitcom and then somebody just disappears, right? It's like, oh shoot, what happened? Like you don't know if it's something like that went sour or if it was something that was good. But like that one was because she went to take care of her. Because it was just
No, I don't think I ever thought about that. I just when I was a kid, I was like, oh shit, they went abroad. Okay, what it is then. Maybe they're just.
I don't think it was a kid thought. It might have been one. Yeah, I don't think it was a kid thought. Well, no, maybe it was a kid thought too, because it was just like, hey, why isn't she there?
Oh, no, I never questioned it. I was just like, oh, they just left. Because like, okay, so I guess the biggest one, biggest like show that had a change in the cast was Blue's Clues for me, because it's so blatantly obvious that he's no longer there.
I thought you were gonna say Fresh Prince, so I was ready to talk about Fresh Prince. And then when you said Blue's Clues, I was like, what?
Oh, see, I didn't. So I watched Fresh Prince. Like, it was like whatever was on TV. But I remember in like high school, whenever I would come home, I was always greeted to like 1 or 2 episodes of Fresh Prince, and it always followed the actual story. So you would get it in the correct order. I don't think I noticed that the mom changed until I was older, because I guess when I was younger, I just didn't care. Like I was just watching it; it was just there, right?
I gotta silence my phone. Sorry. Yes, but yes. Sorry. Go on. Well, no, I noticed. Well, I noticed she completely changed.
I think as a kid, I didn't really notice characters and stuff like that, or like actors and stuff. I just didn't care. I just wanted to watch whatever the hell was on.
Watch the episode. Yeah.
That's why when I was saying like when That's So Raven, the mom left, I don't think I actually like noticed. I thought it was like genuinely she just had to go abroad. I was like, okay, I mean that's whatever, you know.
Well, that's what they said, so that's what happened, right?
Yeah, I was like, I guess she really is abroad. And then like when Steve left Blue's Clues, it was like, oh, he's going to school. I guess he grew up, you know.
Well, you were like, yes, he's going to college.
I was like,
yeah, no, but no, I thought that too. Yeah, because it was younger. Yeah, that was a big change though. That was a big one because everybody was like, what the? Because I think Blue's Clues was kind of like at the end of us being younger, right? It wasn't early in our at the end.
I think we were pretty old to understand because they made a big deal out of it too, right? They're like, oh, we have a new friend coming. And then
everybody loves Steve.
Yeah, and then Steve was like, yeah, so I'm gonna be leaving for school or whatever. So this is it. I was like, what the fuck is happening? And then but Joe was pretty cool. She was okay.
I didn't even know the new guy's name. I just remember Steve. I didn't even know. Show, no offense to him. No offense to him at all. That's not an offensive way. I just didn't know. But they're on another person after him anyways though, too, right?
There's a new
or maybe
guy
2
now,
people after him.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Obviously we stopped watching it. Oh, did you ever watch Arthur? Or like when obviously you have, but I mean like, did you watch it when you were older?
Did I ever watch Arthur? He said. Did I ever watch Arthur? He said. Every day when you're walking down the street.
No, I mean like when you're older, like not what maybe like.
Oh no.
No, you know it's
no, ending, not when I was older. No, it's ending. Yeah, no, I heard it. And I was sad. I was just well. Also, though, I was like, oh, they were still doing new episodes. I didn't know they were still doing new episodes. I thought it was just reruns. I didn't know there was new episodes coming out still.
Yeah, I think I knew because there was a lot of like new controversies coming out because they did the same-sex marriage between Mr. Rapper and his significant other.
Oh no, I do remember that, but that was still a few years back.
That was
though,
a few
right?
years back, so I knew that they were coming out with new episodes, but I was kind of shocked to hear that it was ending. I think this is news from like 2 months ago or something like that.
Yeah,
But
because I
yeah,
think it's 25 years of that show, right?
yeah, yeah,
Damn, that show is so close to because Simpsons is like 30 seasons, right? Or 31 or something.
yeah. It's a long time too.
Yeah. So damn, I didn't know they were that kind of close. You know,
It's a good
years
show. A
to take
lot
them
of
out.
lessons learned from Arthur.
A lot of lessons, yeah.
Did
A
you
lot
ever
of
watch
lessons.
like the Busters spin-off shows? I used to watch
No,
that shit so much. So he had one where um so you know how he doesn't have a dad, right? In the show. But his
you have to remind me a lot of things because it's been a
no,
while for
Buster
Arthur.
doesn't have a dad. He's with his mom. So it's a single mom. So what they did was his dad is a pilot, and so he flies around like for his job, so he's not at home. So what they did was they said, okay, Buster's gonna go hang out with his dad for a summer. So they gave Buster like a vlogging camera. Um, and so the premise was he's with his dad traveling the world and he's gonna vlog his adventure. This was real life though, so like it was like a mix of animation with real world. So whenever they're walking around, it's in the real world. So they're touring real life places. I think they went to like Brooklyn or something like that. Um,
I
it's a
don't
pretty good
remember this at
show.
all.
I think it wasn't on Family Channel. It was on, I want to
TVO
say
Kids. Arthur
maybe.
was always TVO. It was never family. It was always TVO. It was
No,
Channel
but the
2. I
thing is,
remember that.
Busters wasn't on TVO Kids. I don't think it was. You,
Oh,
there was a channel that had Zoom. Do you know Zoom? The not the recording, but like it's like a bunch of kids that they bring together and they do science experiments.
no. What I thought you were just trying to say was Zaboomafoo. And I was like, since when did we decide Zoom was a short form for Zaboomafoo? I was like, what are you doing, bro? Maybe
No,
we'll talk about Zaboomafoo after, but like, I was like, what are you trying to do? Who decided you don't say the whole name? I was like, you never did that. I was like, what? No, I don't know Zoom then.
okay, so I
Wait,
think it was it's like they do science experiments. So that I watched that for a little bit too, but it was on the same channel as that, and I can't remember if that was PBS. I think it might be PBS
maybe
Kids.
PBS. Maybe PBS, yeah.
And man, so that show was actually really interesting because I think it was the first time they had. This was also before YouTube and stuff, where they were filming like actual vlogs showcasing the foods and all the touristing. But yeah, I don't know if you watch that, but I used to watch that after school too.
No.
You come home, you catch a bit of that, and then it's Fresh Prince, always at like 4
I did
o'clock.
not know that existed. I just remember the main show Arthur. I didn't know. I thought you were gonna say like it was like a short thing that they did
Oh,
in
these are
between
full length
shows. No,
episodes.
I never saw that in me life.
Damn, I don't
That's
remember what
crazy.
it's called though.
I don't remember that at all.
I remember. I'll look it up.
The
Post
bully's name was Pinky, right?
Binky, or is it? Yeah, I think it's
Binky.
Binky, right?
Binky. Yeah.
Yeah,
And there was a rich girl on there. I forget her name. No, Francine was the girl that liked Arthur in the
Francine,
red
but it was
sweater.
her friend.
Her friend. Is
Which
it
I think.
Gretchen?
Oh,
No. Gretchen is Recess.
yeah, that's a smart girl, no?
Yeah, that's the smart girl in Recess. Look at me forgetting everything now. Oh my god, I'm old.
Ah. So the show is called Postcards from Buster. So yeah, he sends like a video to Arthur so that he's like, or his mom, so that they know how the traveling is going. I like this
I've
show. It was
never
good.
seen that.
It's
No, that
fun.
sounds great. I just never seen it.
It
I'm
was a great
surprised too.
show. Okay, let's look for this
I
girl's
just
name.
watched TV all the time. Now it's changed to more YouTube, but like I just watched TV all the time as a child.
Oh, it's
And
Muffy.
Muffy. There
Muffy.
we
And
go.
then can you guess the smart guy's name? It's so easy, man. His name is Brain. Like
I can't remember what the smart guy looks like. Did he have green pants?
I don't know the pants. What the hell? I don't remember their clothes.
That's sometimes how I remember the characters, because they always wore the same thing, right? So it was just like,
I don't remember the clothes.
I don't know. But yeah, Zaboomafoo was lit. But I can't remember if I heard, which would be sad, if the monkey that they used, because they would switch through like the puppet and then the real life monkey. But I can't remember if the
Lemur
monkey passed. Or the lemur.
Most
That's
likely.
what I said. I never said monkey once. I said lemur the whole time. Lemur. Edit that in. Edit me saying lemur. Put that back on the other two. That didn't happen. I said lemur every single time. So the lemur, I think the lemur they used
passed away.
Yeah, I can't
sad.
remember. Yeah, that was sad. Yeah, but I can't remember. But I remember loving that show and like all the animals they would show and stuff. And
there's a lot of shows that like was like so there's like the reason we brought this up was the TikTok. I saw a lot of videos on TikTok about shows that people you forgot. One of them was George Shrinks, and I don't know if you remember that one.
George Shrinks. George Shrinks. I did that terribly, but yes, of course I remember George Shrinks. George Shrinks was lit. He had his own little car and shit. I remember wanting to fucking be short like him.
And now you are. Oh, it took you a while.
Yo, Ricky, when we were out, the whole day was cruising for a bruising, and it hasn't stopped. He's been cruising.
You stepped right into that. You walked right into that. You set yourself so well.
He was this big, Ricky. He was this big. He was this big. Of course, I'm talking about smaller. He was in a little toy car. I was as short as him. I'm not as short as him. 5'6" and 5'7". God damn it.
Oh,
fucking George Shrinks. I'm short as him now. Jesus. FIFA, Jesus Christ. You just knocked the whole thing down. Oh, am I gonna find my space? Is that?
Yeah, it's fine. Where it was? Yeah. Nah, it's fine.
No, I'm farther away because I can see the mic now.
But yeah, George Shrinks was the one that, while you're fixing your camera, was the one that kind of brought back like the memories. And then I started just going and looking at some of the other shows. So there was like Rugrats, which was nuts. I don't know if you watched that.
Rugrats was lit.
Okay, good. Because the way you looked at it, I was like,
hold on, stop. I watch these shows, okay? It's you. It's not me. It's you that would be the person to be like, I don't know if you watched that. Well, I watched majority. You haven't
kind of just were like quiet. So I was like, okay, I wanted to make sure that
well, I'm distracted by the TV who's trying to destroy everything and maybe waste my buddy. So she's sitting down calm now. But no, Rugrats, of course I watch Rugrats. They brought it back on Paramount Plus, and now it's 3D animation. You remember All Grown Up though?
Yeah, didn't they also they brought it back again, right? Like this isn't All Grown Up.
No. So All Grown Up,
right? In like high school.
Yeah. Yes. So and that wasn't as good because you couldn't beat Rugrats. And then also the Rugrat movie, I think I may have cried in that one too, because Chucky was remembering his mom and stuff, and then got a new mom because they got the stepsister and everything. Don't you cry. Don't you? It was a good movie. Yeah. But no, All Grown Up was when they were in high school, and it wasn't as good. But no, they've re-brought it back, but as babies again. But now it's 3D animation on the Paramount Plus streaming.
Really?
Yeah.
Sounds kind of.
And I think there was some controversy about that because I think because if you're paying attention to the show, because a lot of these younger shows, there's a lot of adult humor or adult themes, or just like themes that you would miss. Yeah. So I think one of the ones, well, no, this is not a joke, but this is a theme we may have missed, was that Phil and Lil, their mom was a lesbian. So I think I think she had a husband in the original show, but I think now in this new one, it's that she's a lesbian.
Oh, really?
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And then there was some other joke that they mentioned, or some joke, because that wasn't a joke, but there was some joke that they mentioned that I can't remember, that somebody was referencing.
I know they made a joke about like the wife being a trophy. I think Angelica's mom. Like,
Mm.
and I was like, well, I obviously when I was younger, I don't really give a shit about the jokes. I don't know what they're saying or like what they're
Yeah.
referencing.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's that, and I mean the babies were. I mean they said some stuff that was like related to babies, but obviously it was meant for something else. So
Yeah.
I mean we wouldn't have known.
No. All that stuff would have went over our head.
Yeah, and then another one was Dragontales, which they said this. There was one TikTok that said shows that you people didn't like watch, and I was like, Dragontales, like how do people not watch Dragontales? Come on, that's like such a catchy
Come
song.
along,
And
take my hand. Let's all go to Dragon Land. Isn't that the words? Dragon Tales, Dragon Tales.
yeah, that's a song. But then they also had like the chant, which I can't remember now. So now I'm getting nervous. I don't want to say it and butcher it, you know?
No, do it,
They got the stone.
Do it if you're raw.
No, I actually don't remember the words.
No,
But they also
I don't
had
know what chant
that.
you're talking about.
Well, don't
Well, I watched Dragon Tales. People are dumb.
Did you
Like,
watch it?
who said that nobody
Yeah.
watched Dragon Tales? Of course I watched Dragon Tales. Huh? Dragon Tales
Yeah.
was lit too. I will definitively say that our childhood was way better than the ones they're getting now. Like the shows on now are
I feel like
doo-doo
we
compared
got
to what we
lucky.
had.
We got the end of like the 80s kind of cartoons, like so like more of the darker stuff. And like the poorly drawn stuff. We got our stuff, and then we also kind of got a little bit of the 2000s, early 2000s. Whatever is out there now, I wouldn't know. You if you asked me to name a show on the Family Channel, and their air times, I
Like what do they got now? They got Paw Patrol.
We had Paw Patrol too. Like
did we?
Yeah. Well, we didn't get it, but like it was out when we were still in school.
No, you know what we had? We had Rescue Heroes.
Nah,
Nobody gets left behind. Rescue Heroes.
I don't know. I watched a bit of Little Einstein, so when they came back with that lit song, I was about it. I was like, damn.
I actually don't think I watched Little Einsteins.
I watched it because it was actually like the music and stuff was actually really good. I was like, oh shit. I watched this when I was a little bit older too, so I was like,
no, I don't remember that. But back to Rescue Heroes, because there was this game on PS1 that I'll never forget, and it was lit. And you could be in a helicopter and you would stop fires, but you could switch between the different rescue heroes. So sometimes you were on the bike or whatever, and that was lit. But Rescue Heroes was lit, man. It was like it was so cool.
I didn't watch Rescue Heroes. I don't think I liked.
You didn't watch Rescue Heroes, bro?
I know what it is.
Nobody gets left behind, bro. Nobody. They saved everybody all the time.
Unrealistic. Okay, wait. I'm gonna bring up the most nostalgic show for me, at least. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read you out a whole scenario. I'm gonna put you in the mood, essentially. I want you to imagine this. Alexa, play some romantic music.
Hey, don't shit, Alexa, don't listen. Freaking, oh no, it's in my ear. I'm dumb. I've just been having brain farts and blonde moments. No, don't be offensive to blonde people. That was a weird joke, right? Like back in the day.
Well, they had a whole series on it, like Legally Blonde, right?
That was a movie.
Like a whole movie series. I mean, because it was a.
But it didn't start from that, did it?
No. But the joke was kind of like there, right? And I think the movie was also created to combat the stereotype because she becomes the joke is, oh, you're blonde, you can't be a lawyer.
And then she becomes one. I've never seen those movies.
I actually just watched like the beginning of it recently because my girlfriend wanted to watch it. So then we watched like the first beginning, and she's like, it's boring. So I was like, okay. But essentially, what happens is she's in a rich family, and then her boyfriend is like, I'm gonna dump you because, you're blonde, and I need to get someone smarter to be like a politician or whatever. And then even she when she's like, I'm gonna become a lawyer, her parents are like, don't you just want to be like a pageant star or whatever? And she becomes a lawyer. So like the point is she proves that blondes can be a lawyer too. They can be smart. Yeah, I don't know. That is a weird joke, but it definitely originated way before our time, though, right?
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. And I think way before the Legally Blonde stuff, but it was always like a weird stereotype for just blonde people. It's just like,
Yeah.
well, everybody could be dumb, but I don't know. But sorry, you were saying no, you were gonna put me
Okay.
in the mood, and I was just like, mood for what?
Yeah. No, no. I'm gonna get you to imagine what I experienced when I saw this show. Okay, like the
Okay,
whole. I'm gonna set you up for the whole thing. So you're in grade
okay,
7, right? Obviously,
sure.
you're 12 years old. It's it's 6 a.m. You get woken up by, I don't know, your parents getting ready for work, right?
Okay,
And you have school, but for whatever reason you can't go back to sleep. So you've got about an hour or two to kind of kill before you have to,
okay,
get out of bed. You turn on the TV and you go, I don't remember what channel, but you're surfing through the channels. You go through your defaults, and um, the one show that comes up uh, is the 1960s Spider-Man, and you hear that theme song, Spider-Man. And
but I didn't know where you were going, but I'm so happy where it ended up. I had no. I think it's actually 1980s, isn't it?
I don't know. It's just the artwork is just, it's just down there. You're in the early 2000s, and you're thinking, what is this? But you already know what it is. You hear the music, and you're like, oh, it's about to go down. You can
It's
no
about to
longer go
go
back
down.
to
It's
sleep.
about to go down.
You might as well get
Yeah.
ready for school now. Well, right after this show is done.
So that's odd because I always watch that show at night. I never watched it
Really,
in the
I
morning.
watched it in the morning.
Yeah.
Every morning, I would. If I ever get woken up, I know that shit's on. I'm like, okay, 6 o'clock, let's
No,
go.
I never watched
Really?
that. But yes, that it's been a place for a lot of memes too. Like the pointing one is
Yeah,
the best one.
yeah, yeah.
But but no, that friggin' show, because that show they would use the same animation for like everything. So like
Yeah,
every fight it'd be the
swinging
same
and
fight. Yeah. He'd be swinging for like the episodes were like 15 minutes. He'd be swinging for 10 of them. And then just be the music going. And the way he sneaked too. Yo, that show was so good.
that show for me is like,
So good.
if I ever want to be nostalgic, I'll think of that, because that makes me think of like right before school. I'm up for whatever reason, super early in the morning. If I'm ever up that early, I know the one thing I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna go and find that show, because that's always
Yeah.
on at like 6 a.m. in the morning, right before school. It's like it's still dim outside. Man,
Yeah.
that's a good memory for me.
I just that's so weird because like I would have never guessed that show because that show's
Really?
always associated with like night for me. Like seven
Really?
o'clock ish, 8 o'clock ish.
Really? I've never seen it
Yeah.
on
It was on Teletoon or like Teletoon Retro. I think they moved it to Teletoon
Oh,
Retro, but
okay.
I feel like
Okay,
it was
that's probably why,
Teletoon
because I
where I
never
watched
had
it. Yeah.
Teletoon Retro. So I would always have like just the basic channels up to like Family Channel or whatever, a
Mm.
little bit beyond it. But the only time I've ever seen it on was in the early morning. Like I don't even know who's watching it at that point, which makes sense
Yeah.
because it's a much older show at the time um that I started watching it, but I don't know. I love that. I was like, music. I was like, damn, this is it. Are
Yeah.
you looking it
No, no,
up?
that show was lit. No, like no, there's this show that popped into my head that I always forgot the name of, but I love. And it was like this racing show, like where they would be in cars and race, like every episode. But it was all these different cartoon characters from different cartoons, but I forget what the show's called.
Oh, it's I know what you're talking
I'm
about.
looking it up.
It's from like,
It's not Speed Racer. There's certainly Speed Racer. It's not
Speed
Speed Racer.
Racer.
I feel like
Oh, do you
it's
remember
not
Max
Speed
and
Racer.
Ruby? I was gonna go off on them in this show. The two
No,
rabbits.
I never watched it. I remember the theme. I remember Max and Ruby and Max, but I don't think I ever watched it.
Yeah, I would see it and I just leave it on, and boy,
Yeah.
Max is a bitch. If I had Max as a brother, man, I'd probably murder him. Man is like, I need to get a spoon, and the spoon's right there, and I'm like, bruh, let's get it then. Why you gotta get me to do it? What?
Oh, and it was called Wacky Races, by the way. Wacky Races.
think I remember seeing it, but like I wasn't exposed. Yeah, this artwork, and there's a bunch of people racing and everything.
Yeah.
I didn't get to watch all the retro stuff. I know whenever I went to my cousin's house, they had like all the channels because so what?
No, but I think there was a point where Teletoon broke into Teletoon Retro. Like it wasn't like I think they had it just on Teletoon like later in the like late at night or like after 7 basically. And then when they realized there was a lot of shows that they could put on a retro thing, then they made Teletoon Retro.
Oh, but I think at that point I kind of no longer had cable. There was a point, I just stopped watching. But I did whenever I went to my cousin's house, I would see like some of the Teletoon Retro stuff, and I would just watch that because there wasn't much on TV that I would like to watch. But yeah. For me, Spider-Man's always gonna be an early morning thing, man. Just right before school.
That's so weird. That is so weird that we experienced that show differently. That is so weird.
I thought it was only in the mornings. Like I just
that is so weird.
Never seen it any other time.
Maybe we should do a poll. Did you watch Spider-Man?
Yeah, I'm surprised. This one isn't even like against it. It's just like I've only ever associated with the mornings because I know when I used to live with my grandpa, he would wake up super early, and we had like one of those shared bathrooms, so I would always get woken up by him. And I'm like, I can't go back to sleep, so let's watch TV. What am I gonna do for 2 hours, right? Or an hour and a half? So then I just always see that, and I knew that was always gonna be on at 6 o'clock, and I'd always get to hear the Spider-Man theme song at the very end.
Because they did that in Tobey Maguire's first movie, where they had the lady playing the violin and she was doing that theme, where he's like down in the subway.
I can't remember that movie.
Yeah, there's a lady playing the violin. She's
but like is that the theme song that's the original Spider-Man theme song? Because that's the only one I know of.
That's the one for that show. I don't know if I would say that's the original.
Like,
the original one for that.
Maybe
cartoon.
Not the original, but like the one most people associate Spider-Man to. Because that's again like the one I know.
Yeah, but because for me the biggest theme whenever I'm thinking, because that's the only problem I have with like Tom Holland's new Spider-Man, even though I think he's the best one out of the 3 that we've had for live action, is for him I can't pull up the theme song in my head. Like now I think I could do it a little bit more, but like for Tobey Maguire's theme song, like if you're thinking about that one, you could pull that one up. Like that's the one that I always think of like Spider-Man in movies for. So like, and that theme song's so good, or that theme, because it's not people singing over it or whatever, but that theme is really good.
Okay.
But yeah. But okay, I have a quick few more things, and then I think we'll blend it after this. But do you remember All That?
Yeah, it wasn't that more like a sketch show.
It was a sketch show. Yeah, it was basically like a kid's SNL. And
that was like Nick Cannon, right?
Yeah.
Nick Cannon.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, I didn't know he was on there until I was older, because I think when I started watching All That, it was the later episodes, because I had like Jamie Lynn Spears on there. I think I saw when Amanda Bynes was on there before she got the Amanda Show.
Okay, yeah.
And I think I got the later cast, because I remember the one skit that I always remember is like the taxi driver, and the guy was always like, "Come on, jerk." Yo, that was so good. I can't remember a lot of the sketches though, but that one's always burned in my head. But the Jamie Lynn Spears one I remember is where she was an old lady, and she was like, "Bacon good." And she's like, "I like my bacon." And she's like, "Bacon good." She really liked bacon.
Oh,
for some reason.
Man,
I remember that too.
There's one sketch from the Amanda Bynes Show. The Amanda Show, I guess that's what it's called.
Yeah, the one
where her dad gets her big toe cut off. I don't know why.
I don't remember that.
I think it's from her show, but like for whatever reason, I keep wondering if that's so her dad's big toe gets cut off, and so he loses his balance everywhere he goes. He can't stand, right? And I always wondered if that's actually what happens. Yeah, that's the only thing I remember from these sketch shows.
No, I remember because like didn't both I think at least Drake Bell got his start on the Amanda Show. I can't remember if it was both Drake and Josh, but I remember Drake Bell being on that show too.
Oh,
Like on the Amanda show. I remember there's this one show or this one sketch where people were at a wedding and they made the person look ugly. And then they were singing about them being ugly, but I can't remember the song. The song was in my head and I don't remember. But there's that too. But then I guess I also kind of wanted to, because I brought up Jamie Lynn Spears, I wanted to bring up Zoey 101.
Zoey 101, yeah.
That show was so good. I remember the one time, I think I may have said this before, but I'll say it. There was one time where we were gonna have this like video game tournament at my house with people from Taekwondo. So they were gonna come over. me and my brother both love Zoey 101. And we were watching, I think it was like the season premiere of an episode. And we were watching it, and it was recording. And we were watching it, but then like the doorbell rang, and they started coming. We're like, we gotta stop. They can't know we're watching Zoey 101.
No,
but I love that show, bro. Zoey 101 was so good, man.
Guilty pleasure?
I love that show. It was a guilty. I guess it was a guilty pleasure.
Think so,
I remember calling.
If you had watched it and I walked in, I'd be like, "Oh, cool, Zoey 101, let's go." I mean,
but you were my age. Some of the people from Taekwondo, they were older. They were a little bit older too.
Nah,
like that were.
I'm sure they would have watched it too.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, I just remember that show, and I remember calling because like in the last episode or the last two episodes, because I think it was like a double parter, that Zoey was like sad because she had this new boyfriend, and Chase moved away for like the last season and was gone off the show. I was like, I called it at like the beginning of the episode, like Chase is gonna come back, and lo and behold, he did, and then they got together. A lot of these shows end up with the two characters. They end up getting together at the end.
Because they get together at the end. They came out with like a few episodes a few years back, and he wasn't with her.
Well, the show ended because she had a kid.
Yeah. But I remember they came out when they were like much older. He's having dinner with, I think his name is Michael, right? His like best friend.
Yeah.
They're having dinner, and then someone walks in and is like, "Oh, have you heard from Zoey?" And they were like, "She's back."
Oh yeah, they did bring it back.
Only for like a few episodes, like a 2 episode or 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah, but they did bring it back, and she wasn't. Well, no, they got together at the end when she was still on the show before it ended, and then when they brought it back, obviously she wasn't on the show anymore.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a full episode. It was just like 2 episode teaser or something like that. And we were like all expecting them to come back with a full like series, but obviously that didn't happen, right?
Yes.
But that shit was hype. When that came out, I was like, oh.
Oh yes, I forgot about that because I remember them announcing like this tour thing, because that's the last memory I have of Zoey 101, and everybody was kind of mad because like there was a bunch of people that we didn't recognize. Like, wait, who are these people? Because it shows some of the main cast, and then there was other people like, hold on. Huh? Who are these people? That's the last thing I remember, but I did forget that there was something that came back without Zoey, even though the show's called Zoey 101, which is weird. They bring it back. But yeah. Well, end on Zoey 101. You don't know. Oh, great note. That's been it. Oh, wait. Smash that like button. Do it for Zoey. Do it for nostalgia. Smash that like button. Subscribe. Comment, share. Keep watching that video. Watch it on TikTok too, because it's not doing it good on TikTok, but me shaking my butt. Okay, I'm shaking my butt.
And
for
don't
views.
forget
Look
to
what
comment,
I'm doing.
3 peaches down in Georgia.
I'm gonna look at your comment and be mad after this. But that's been another episode of On the Oh. Well, yeah. I was about to say that's the no, but next week's season finale.
Yeah.
I was about to say that's the. So no, that's been another episode of On the Ledge with Dante and Ricky. I'm Dante.
And I'm Ricky. So question of the day: let us know if you watched Spider-Man at night. If you associate the show with more of like an evening show or with an early morning show, right? Because we have 2 very different experiences. Yeah,
I'll probably do a poll on Insta. And this is the first poll where it's not for somebody to win. It's just we really want to know.
We want to know how you guys experience
Very curious.
it.
Yeah. Because that was the weirdest, because I would have never guessed that show. Really? Again, because I watched it at night. That's so weird. But yeah. Peace.
All right. Bye guys. Thanks for watching.
Bye. Thanks for watching.